Hello, everyone. This is Dino Chris from Prehistoric Facts, and this is Prehistoric Facts special episode number 192. We're going to be talking about a herbivorous dinosaur and a sauropod, and that dinosaur is Camarasaurus. And so here's an artist rendition of what Camarasaurus possibly looked like. This is a very well designed here. I love the stripes that are on the body here. This is very well done. Whoever did this did a very, very nice job. Some information about Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus in Greek or Latin means chambered lizard. Length is 49 to 75 feet, 15 to 23 meters. Height 20 to 21 feet, approximately 6 to 6.5 meters. Weight 40,000 pounds. Lived 155 to 145 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period. And fossils are found in North America and described by Edward Drinker Cope in 1877. So this dinosaur's been around for a long time. And yeah, Edward Drinker Cope, one of the most famous paleontologists of his time. And so yeah, let's continue on with this video. And so here's a map of the United States. Here, that's where most of the Camarasaurus fossils are found. And so what I'm going to highlight here is some of the states that Camarasaurus has been found here. So big dots that are going to be here. So big red dots. So Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, and there's some fossils have been found in South Dakota, but that's very rare though, but mostly in the Rocky Mountain states here in Montana, Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado. That's where you're going to find a lot of Camarasaurus fossils. And here's a size chart right here of Camarasaurus. So Camarasaurus is going to be somewhat of a medium to large size sauropod. So it is kind of in that type of range there, medium to large. And you can see how a human compares to Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus is a very large, is a lot larger. And here's a Scott Hartman art right here of Camarasaurus skeleton. Majority of Camarasaurus specimens are mostly found partial, but some juveniles have been found complete. So if you're wanting to find if you're going to find a complete Camarasaurus, it is mainly going to be a juvenile. And so yeah, and so let's actually move on to some more information about Camarasaurus. So more information about Camarasaurus. Camarasaurus belongs to the Sauropoda, so it is a sauropod, and its own family group, the Camarasauridae. And some key things here about Camarasaurus, what it differs from other types of sauropods: somewhat shorter neck compared to other sauropods. It's still got a long neck, but it is not as long as, say, like Diplodocus, Mamenchisaurus, or any other types of sauropods. And it's also got a short tail, kind of like what Brachiosaurus has and other brachiosaurs, is that they have short tails. So this dinosaur has kind of got like a somewhat shorter neck and a very short tail. So this is kind of a strange sauropod in a way. And in the skull, Camarasaurus has got spoon-shaped teeth. So in the mouth, he got spoon-shaped teeth, designed for stripping leaves off of trees. It can also strip the leaves off of ferns. That's what it mostly would be eating. And it lived in small herds. Some Camarasaurus sites have been found to have at least 3 to 4 specimens in the same area. So that would mean they lived in small herds. They did not live in large herds in more ways than one. They actually just lived in small herds. And of course, they're herbivores. Like all sauropods are, they are herbivores. The environment in where Camarasaurus lived in would have been warm, humid, and somewhat dry. You got wet and dry seasons that happened in that time in the late Jurassic period. You got some trees, ferns, cycads, and of course there were no grass and no flowers. There would have been plenty of lakes, rivers, and ponds, and other types of animals that were around at the time. There was plenty of insects, amphibians, reptiles, mammals, pterosaurs, and other types of dinosaurs. Birds were mostly there in the early stages in the Jurassic, so they were more likely be living mostly in Europe most of the time, but they did get into North America and other parts of the world later on in the Cretaceous period. And Camarasaurus does have predators. It does have predators like all herbivorous animals do. The first dinosaur that it has a predator, and the most common predatory dinosaur in the late Jurassic period, is Allosaurus. Allosaurus was the most common predatory dinosaur in that time in the late Jurassic period in North America. So that would have been a very formidable opponent for Camarasaurus. And of course, Torvosaurus would have been a predator to Camarasaurus. But Torvosaurus is kind of rare in North America. And then, of course, Saurophaganax, the largest predatory dinosaur in North America in the late Jurassic period. And that dinosaur is also very rare. And so, yeah, so Allosaurus is more common and widely distributed in North America than the other two. But Allosaurus would have been the more likely predator for Camarasaurus, but Torvosaurus and Saurophaganax were pretty good opponents as well. The extinction of Camarasaurus was mostly due to climate change. Laurasia, the supercontinent that was in the northern hemisphere in the late Jurassic period, continued to split apart. And so the Atlantic Ocean was expanding, and of course temperatures were starting to get warmer because of the increased volcanic activity. And there would have been plenty of, and also a lot of plants changed, of course, and some of the first flowers started to show up in the Cretaceous period. And so you can say in some ways that the reason why the sauropod population dipped in the Cretaceous period is because of flowers. And so flowers was not on the menu for a lot of these sauropods that were in their heyday, that in the Jurassic, and when they got into the Cretaceous, it was no longer their heyday. And that was where you see different types of dinosaurs adapting to the changes in the plants, mainly the flowering plants. And so, yeah, you have all those elements happening in that kind of time in the Cretaceous period. So here's a map of planet Earth in the late Jurassic period, or 152 million years ago, so not quite to 145 million years ago just yet, but this would have been the heyday of Camarasaurus. And so where North America is, you can kind of see it right there. And so you got this like really big yellow area right here where it's a little bit dry. And so there, like I said before, there were wet and dry seasons, and where Colorado and Utah are, they're kind of a little bit somewhat in that yellowish area, so that would have been a little bit more dry. But Wyoming is like right on the border there of the yellow and the green, and Montana is also on the border of the yellow and green as well. And that's where Camarasaurus lived. The next episode is going to be on August 4th, 2022, and that will be a Q&A episode. So if you got any questions about dinosaurs or any other prehistoric life, feel free to email me at dinochrist71@gmail.com, or just go on my Facebook page, Prehistoric Facts of Dino Chris. Like the page, you actually post your questions in the comment section. Please put them in the comment section. Don't put them on Messenger. Messenger's for private conversations. So please put your questions in the comment section on the Facebook page. And also, you YouTubers out there, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and according to my analytics, a lot of you guys that are checking out my channel are not subscribed yet, so feel free to please hit the subscribe button, and also like the videos, share the channel to anybody that is interested in dinosaurs and other prehistoric life, and also stop at that notification bell so that way you can get weekly videos of every video that comes out. And also feel free to put your questions in the comment section, because I do read them all. Your questions do mean a lot on the Q&A episodes, and you guys have been giving me some great questions for those Q&A episodes, and I like it. And make sure you keep your questions short to the point. You can also follow me on Instagram at dino.chris.pf. I post pretty cool stuff on there. You can also follow me on Twitter at CSGRALS for a Twitter page. I post pretty cool stuff on there as well. Also, take care of the people around you. And also, for younger people out there, to make sure to listen to your parents, your teachers, and your guardians. It's the best motivation you could have for a good education. It's very important to have a good education. With a good education, get a good job in the future. And I know that there has been a new paper that came out earlier this week about Tyrannosaurus, and it's basically a rebuttal of the paper that came out in August 2022, or in March of 2022, excuse me. that Tyrannosaurus could be separated into 3 subspecies. But I want to ask you guys this. I want your answer in the comments down below. Do you want me to do another extra episode about this paper that came out not too long ago? Because I will check out this paper, read through it, and give you my takes on the paper, and that way I give you guys my thoughts about that. Because that way there is 2 extra episodes. Possibly for the month of July, but it could actually be in August. Um, but yeah, I want you guys to answer me in the comments down below. Do you want me to do another extra episode about this paper? Because I am very interested about this paper, and I am willing to read through this, give you my pros, my mixed and cons about the paper, and also what would it mean for the study of Tyrannosaurus going forward. But please let me know in the comment section down below. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time.